Okay, and we're back, and now we're talking quarterbacks. All right,
Yes.
because we're Bears fans. Obviously, the quarterback position is a position that the Bears might look to fill, and two quarterbacks that were on display last night that might be available for the Bears to pick are Mac Jones and Kyle Trask.
And I
Uh,
think it's more realistic, son, that Mac Jones and Kyle Trask are the targets, especially after them beating the Vikings today. They're
yes.
likely going to have a mid to later, like 15 to 22 pick, and they should be available in that range.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Agreed. Of the two quarterbacks, me personally, Tim, I like Trask a little bit better.
Hmm.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I like either guy. Okay, but I will say that to me, Kyle Trask has a better arm. He threw a better deep ball. He was throwing short passes, medium range passes, long passes. He was throwing post routes, curl routes, out routes. He was getting out of the pocket and scrambling. To me, he looked far more like an NFL starter than Mac
Hmm.
Jones. Mac Jones to me looks like a very good backup quarterback, like a
Yeah.
guy like say Nick Foles. Nick Foles is the guy that keeps coming to mind for me when I see Mac Jones. I mean, what do you think, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on the pro Mac Jones train compared
Oh,
to Kyle Trask. But dude, I'm going to be honest with you. Both these quarterbacks, especially when I think of Trask, I look at his skills as he's pretty elite, especially in his arm. He's able to do things off platform pretty well. I think he needs a place to develop. He needs to be in a place like Pittsburgh
yes,
or New Orleans, where he can sit, maybe not New Orleans, but somewhere where he can sit behind a veteran for a couple of years, has a strong O line, and has weapons. The
yes,
pieces around him will make him better. He
agreed,
doesn't do well when he's rushed. When the
agreed.
pocket collapses, he's not very good. He's not super accurate, and he only had Pitts, really. I mean, they had Tony a little bit, but
Tony, yeah,
Pitts was his main target in the last game, and he kind of just beeline to him most of the game. So when it comes to Trask, I want to see him develop. I want to see how he does as a developmental quarterback. I see maybe a little more higher potential with Trask, maybe Kirk Cousins. I
okay.
could see maybe a Derek Carr a little bit. He's not the most mobile dude.
No, he's definitely not the most mobile dude. They definitely called some run plays for Trask in short yardage situations. And by the way, Trask, when he runs the ball, I feel like he just holds the ball out here and asks the defense to just take it. Because
Yes.
every time he runs, I feel like he's gonna fumble it. Every time. Like it's one of those things where you hold your breath because like, oh, he's gonna lose it again. He
Yeah.
loses it so often. You're like, dude, protect that ball, man. You're looking
Hmm.
to be an NFL quarterback, but I think a lot of that is just experience. He just hasn't
Yes.
had the game experience to just feel the pocket and
Second
feel when
full
there's
season
somebody
as a
around him.
starter. Yeah,
Yeah. So I think
I
that's what it
agree.
is. And I think you're right. I think he needs a place to develop. He needs a place where he can sit behind a veteran who can tell him to hold on to that damn ball and
Right?
make it, yeah, and make it so that he can grow in that system. I would agree with that. Um,
I'm thinking of Cleveland, maybe a good place for him too, in a
you think
weird
so?
way, because you don't know about Baker Mayfield.
Okay. I think
So
I think
maybe
Mayfield.
that's
I think
interesting.
Mayfield has come along some the second half of this season. I mean, Cleveland's having a great season, by the way. I'm
They
rooting for
are.
them.
They are.
But I think you're right. I think maybe Mayfield's a little inconsistent, and they could use a really good backup. In which case, Trask could be that guy.
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, I mean, I see that
So
absolutely.
when it comes to Jones, yeah, he does. He did still have 5 touchdowns. He's another one of those quarterbacks who needs pieces around him.
Yes.
I like his intangibles. I mean, he was in a quarterback room with Tua and Jalen Hurts for several years. He's the leader. He's respected. He seems like a fun dude. He hits his receivers in stride. He does have I didn't see it too much last time, but he has a beautiful deep ball. I really like that about him. He just seems like I was saying, a very cerebral quarterback who's able to pick apart a defense pretty well, especially in the middle of the field. Um, I see it more of as a game manager personally.
Yeah.
Somebody like maybe a little lesser. Andy Dalton. I like that comparison. I
Andy
think that's
Dalton.
good, but I don't
I,
think that's worth a first round pick.
right.
But these quarterbacks that are smart like him, I always got to give them a chance because you look at somebody like Trubisky, while he's starting to come into form now, he just never was mentally there. I mean,
Right.
you look at some of the greats, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, they were all mentally, and Drew Brees, mentally above their
Mhm.
competition. It seems like maybe Jones has a little bit of that in him. So
Sure.
any time where that's there, where I can see that processing, I
Hmm.
like that. I like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, there was nothing that I really liked that really stuck out to me about Mac Jones. I think Mac
Mm.
Jones is probably a third round quarterback. I mean, look, to me, he's a game manager type, and that is not the type of quarterback that we see in today's NFL.
Mm.
So, I mean, unfortunately for him, he's just born in the wrong decade.
Yeah.
And I think that nowadays you need
Kyle Orton, maybe?
Kyle Orton. Kyle Orton would be a good one, absolutely. Kyle Orton. Gosh, I thought Alex Smith, but Alex Smith was far more mobile, can get out of the
Yeah, he
pocket
was. He really
than
was.
Mac Jones. But same type of arm, though. I think. Um, yeah, it's tough to really say. I think Andy Dalton is probably the best. It's probably the best comparison. No, um,
Yeah, and I like the Kyle Orton thing that came to my
Kyle
mind
Orton.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just not mobile. And in today's NFL, you need a quarterback that can improvise and make plays with his feet.
Yeah,
And
he's really got to come forth. If he really separates himself mentally, that's the way he could really have some great success. That's probably
100%.
the only way. And he's got to be in a system where he could have these weapons. So coming to a team maybe like Pittsburgh might be a really, really good thing for him, where he can learn from Big Ben. He'll have the weapons around him. So when he finally steps into that starter role, he'll be more mentally ready.
Okay, so basically, then we both decided that Trask and Jones are not good for the Bears.
No,
So
I don't like it, especially in the first round.
no, I would agree. I mean, I think the only other quarterback that might be available there is Trey Lance. Maybe not. He might be
Yeah,
taken early too.
it depends on us as pro day. So that's an interesting thought. And like if the Bears really like him, they do have the ammunition maybe to move up,
Hmm.
especially if they finish like 8-8. But if I'm the Bears right now, of what I've seen, I want an offensive tackle in that first round, and I will consider a wide receiver if Allen Robinson bolts.
Yeah, I would
Those are
agree.
probably the two things I would really consider in the first round.
I would agree. I would agree.
Cool.
All right. Well, there you have it. All right.
We're
Well,
going to go over these quarterbacks, guys, real quick. Much more during this pre-draft process. We're going to kind of go over each quarterback, probably take time with each quarterback and break down plays. That's just kind of your early preview.
yes, 100%. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please smash the like button, hit
Yes.
subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and we'll see you next time.
Have a great day.
All right. Take care, guys.